He lived in Florida and Washington and all over, and we ran into each other tonight. So we were just going to have a conversation because he was interested in finding out what was going on with the live stream. So we're sitting outside of a church here in Severna Park, Maryland, and we're just going to have a conversation and let you guys listen in. So, Brian, what the hell do you want to know?
Well, so first off, you're using Twitch right here.
Right.
And then you're going to tell me if you can actually record at the same time as opposed to just doing the live stream.
Right.
And also how it's connecting to YouTube and to Twitter.
So it's going to take just a minute for it to come up here, to come up live, only because there is a delay.
Right.
So now I know that we're up and we're live.
And you said that's a 20-second delay?
It's between 20 and 45 seconds. So right now this is about to come up here. And
oh, it can be up to 45 seconds. Okay, that's a decent lag.
Yeah, it is a decent lag. And you figure with this stuff moving at the speed of light that they probably have it routed through some camel that's riding through the Rockies, because they have to. There it is. So now you can see it, and we'll be able to hear it in a moment.
And there are no types of filters or anything of that.
Yes, you mean like what kind of filter?
Like
if you were to cuss?
Yeah.
No, it's there forever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like everything that happens. So, in regard to, if you can just think about some of the things that we know together that I don't normally share on here, but when you go live for the very first time and start to go through stuff, what happens is that you get to see all the things that you like about yourself.
Right.
And all the things that you really don't like about and I have a video. If any of you guys have already seen this is it's picking up the Mud Princess at the Preakness, and there were some girls that were getting in the back, and they were all covered in mud because the Preakness this year was just a mess, and they were getting in, and they literally had mud all over themselves. Their feet were completely filthy. I made them take off all their shoes. I put all the stuff in the back, trying to wash off their shoes with bottles of water, get them cleaned up to get in here. And then a girl came up at the very end, and she was, trying to tell me what she was going to do, and I was trying to be really nice and just tell her, no, we want to do this because I don't, it's going to get dirty. And she's like, I can get in with this. It's not going to do anything. And you could just tell, she just had an attitude, and I maintained the coolness. But when I went back and I watched the video later, it was like, as soon as she got in and I shut the door, the last one of 6 girls that's in the car, and they're all filthy dirty, and she gets in and I shut the door, and while I'm walking around the car, she's like, can you believe what that asshole said? It's like, what, and I get in and I'm just like, yeah, everything's good, I'm the nice guy, everything's going good. And you can see everybody else in the car is like, they're just staring around. And when I looked at it later, and the worst part of it was, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. I could see how it was like, I was kind of talking condescending because she was acting like a little kid that, got caught with their hand in a cookie jar and went, it's my cookie. What's the matter with you? Well, it's my cookie.
It's your vehicle.
Yeah, so, I get that. But I still was able to see a part of myself that
self-analyzing
really was a little bit disturbing. And so I wanted to really just kind of get a grip on it. So now when I go live, I know that I've got the filter now built in where I pretty much will say whatever it is that I need to say, and I try and censor it to a point where I'm not, saying words that I'm going to look at and go, because anybody can go back. Now on Twitch, it's only set up for 60 days. So once you're a verified member and you're doing stuff, it's verified. It's on there for 60 days. Now, if you make highlights, the highlights will stay on there longer, and I'm really not sure how long. I think some of them may expire.
Who makes the highlights?
I do.
You make the
highlights. So I go on, I make the highlights, and then I take the highlights and I transfer them over to YouTube. Now, once it's on YouTube, it's there forever.
Okay.
You'll never take it away.
So then YouTube, it is recorded. Okay.
And so YouTube never gets rid of anything, and you can use as much data as you want. They don't have any limitations.
That's incredible.
But they own it.
Yep.
So they own it. So
okay.
So you can go there to see it. You can use it for other things, but they own what's on there, so you can't come in and go, oh no, I want that back. Now, court order could probably do something like that, and it would be interesting. But for the most part, they allow you to be able to have content that you can run forever. So eventually, some of the videos that we do, we expect to get some large viewing audiences, and get some.
Like, one of the reasons, well, one of the primary reasons I'm guessing that you would actually be doing this is to make money.
Eventually, we hope that happens. I really am doing this because
you're enjoying it.
I felt from the very beginning that it should be a TV show.
Right.
And nobody else made the TV show, so I figured if nobody else is going to do it, I might as well do it. Now I don't have the resources that somebody would have to.
How did you come up with the idea to use Twitch? How did you hear about Twitch?
Oh, my son told me about Twitch. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to start live streaming my gameplay." And he's an amazing video game player, but he hasn't played professionally out there. But he can kick most people's butt in any game. He's high speed. He beat me at Madden football when I think he was 3. He's on there. Maybe he was 5.
Does he talk smack while he's doing it?
He is hilarious. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met, and he says things in such a way that's so offbeat that you hear him say something, and it's just it'll catch you so funny that he would even think in terms of that. So it's hilarious. But anyway, he started telling me about Twitch, and I said, well, can you make money on it? And I said, what? How do you know people are making money? He goes, well, there's this guy I've seen, and I showed you the guy on here, and Shroud, God bless you. I hope to eventually get some of your viewers. But he said, go to Shroud's website, and I went to Shroud's Twitter feed, and I go on there, and he's got like 27,000 people watching at that time, and while I'm watching, he's got people subscribing to his channel. So if you follow for free, but if you subscribe, it's $5 a month, and you're paying to be able to get all kinds of special emojis, and special recognition and stuff like that. And it was like one every 3 or 4 minutes. $5. They're signing up for $5. Hey, thanks for signing up for 10 months. Thanks for a year and a half, whatever. And he gets $2.99 from that, or maybe even more because he has so many people. But I said, well, how many people does he have subscribed? And he said, I think somewhere about 25,000. It may, I don't even know if that number is low or what. But if you got 25,000 people and you're making $3 a month on each one, that's $75,000 a month.
That's pretty good money.
It's almost $1 million a year to play video games on your computer. So I figured, if there was other things, so I went on, and there's other people with all kinds of shows and things that they're doing live streaming, and there's some guys that are running a business that's an internet business up in Canada, and I'm going to have them build my website and do some other things for me. But it's amazing to see how many people are